Hasim Rahman Jr. pulls out of the Jake Paul fight because he cannot make weight. The original weight for the fight was at 200 pounds. Hasim Rahman requested the weight to be moved up to 205. Jake Paul agreed. And now, on fight week, actually 8 days away from the fight, Hasim Rahman pulls out. Dude, I can't even say what's going on right now. Back-to-back professional boxers, pros. We've been saying for the longest time, Jake Paul, man, why don't you fight some pro boxers? Grow some fucking balls and fight a pro boxer. Well, he's trying, man. He's trying. They're pulling out. They're pulling out. They're afraid to get him pregnant or something. They keep pulling out. Crazy. Hasim Rahman Jr. pulls out of the Jake Paul fight. Tommy Fury pulled out of the Jake Paul fight. Who the fuck is going to fight him? All these guys, they don't want to lose to a YouTuber. They don't. And they're scared. They know Jake Paul is good. He's better than the average YouTuber. Look, he's way better than KSI or Logan Paul. If it was KSI or Logan Paul, I'm telling you right now, Tommy Fury, Hasim Rahman Jr., all these guys, they wouldn't be pulling out. They'd fight those guys. And they'd win very comfortably. Jake Paul, he's more than one level above those guys. Jake Paul, in my opinion, I've always viewed him as a D level, D plus level, C minus level boxer. Not saying he's all that. Not saying he's a world champion. No, he'll get smoked. If he fights Canelo will tear him apart. He keeps talking about Canelo. Even though he has a size advantage, he could fight Canelo at 190. Canelo could come up to 190, and Canelo would probably knock him out in a couple of rounds. He'd lose to every decent cruiserweight that's in the top 10. He'd lose, obviously, to with Bivol and Beterbiev very easily. To Gilberto, I was trying to say Gilberto and Zerdo Ramirez. Zerdo Ramirez, he'd lose to him very easily. He'd lose to Joshua Buatsi, Anthony Hart, all very, very easily. But guys like Tommy Fury, Hasim Rahman, they have big names, but we all know they're carrying only their family's names, and they're not that good. But they should be good enough to be a YouTuber. They don't have the confidence in themselves. They don't have the confidence of going in fighting against. They know millions are watching, whether legally or illegally. They know millions will be watching the highlights. They know that there's a full crowd, 20,000 people watching right there, right then. And they don't want to get knocked out in that kind of environment. They just don't. So they keep pulling out of these fights. Like Tyron Woodley, at the end of the day, he had balls to get in the ring with Jake Paul and possibly get embarrassed by a YouTuber. Look, it isn't a loss. I think if they're being offered the same money by a Sergey Kovalev, a prime Sergey Kovalev, or prime Adonis Stevenson, I always look back to those days. It was one of the hardest days for a guy to win the title when Sergey Kovalev and Adonis Stevenson were the two champions. And most of the time, these guys knew they were going to get knocked out, but they just do it for the payday. I don't think Hasim Rahman Jr. or Tommy Fury would avoid fighting Adonis Stevenson or Sergey Kovalev, even though both guys would absolutely rape Jake Paul. Because if they lost to those guys, people would just be like, you know what? You did your thing. You tried to go fight those guys. No one's going to say that about Jake Paul. If you lose to Jake Paul, you're out. No one's going to respect you anymore. Now, Tyron Woodley, people say he's an old MMA fighter. Ben Askren, man, he was a grappler, a wrestler, even in MMA. Nate Robinson, he's an athlete, but he's a basketball player. Addison Gibb, that's a YouTuber just like you. So it's okay those guys lost. But it's not okay for Tommy Fury and Hasim Rahman to lose. Now, Jake Paul has lost a whole year. He fought last in December. It's August, and he can't get an opponent. So yeah, that's my thoughts. Give me your thoughts in the comment section below. It's crazy shit, man. No, Jake Paul, a YouTuber, can't get a fight anymore. Give me your thoughts in the comment section below. Like, subscribe, enjoy the video. Stick Boxing out.